I think the Apple Watch launch is fantastic for the overall industry. What it is not, it's not about pushing a 30-second spot. It's not about pushing a banner. It's not about pushing really intrusive ads. It's about creating experiences for consumers that leverage location, context, wearables, and sensors around you to promote messages that our consumers are opting into. So we're really excited about it. Apple coming into the market, as we know, anytime Apple goes into a market, the consumers become much more aware of it and start to utilize it more. You know, thanks to Fitbit, Jawbone, Polar, Android Wear, there was some learnings in the marketplace. People are purchasing those devices, but with Apple coming in, you're going to see a much more uptake in terms of the overall penetration and usage of these devices. They're not going away. They're always going to be here, but they'll take different forms.
So what kind of forms do you envision, and how will you help clients kind of navigate this world, and what the value could be, perhaps?
So I think right now we're at the baby step process. So what we've done is we've identified different ways for brands to leverage wearables, more from a health and fitness perspective. It's much more than health and fitness, but that's the door in. So we've partnered with Under Armour to work very closely with them to understand how do we take brands, incorporate them within the 500+ wearables Under Armour apps work with. And since Under Armour has an ad platform that's built within their apps, how do we start to message consumers in a relevant way? So if I worked out this morning and I ran 5 miles and my food intake wasn't high and my beverage intake wasn't high, and I happen to be walking by a Starbucks in the morning, it's not the ideal time to deliver me a coffee message. It's more of a beverage message that will give me the energy levels that I need. I mean, very basic, simple stuff like that. That's going to grow in terms of opportunities that we present.
What about beacons, and where does that stand, and how might that roll out?
Sure. Beacons, to me, are a really great opportunity to reach consumers at that point of activation. The way we look at it at Beacons is that we're in this like hot zone of mobility where we're trying to drive a conversion to consumers. So Beacons play a big role in that. The Beacon marketplace is really starting to, it's really fragmented right now, but I think over time you're going to see more consolidation in that space. I feel that Beacons overall provide us great opportunities, specifically in aisle, to push a notification to people when they happen to be walking down that aisle and give them some sort of relevant information. The other day I was at Stop and Shop, and I happened to have Ibotta, which is a food app, which is a rebate app on my phone, and I'm walking down the aisle and I got a push notification to my Android Wear watch, which I was wearing, that talked about the different rebates that I could get in store. So the fact of the matter is I'm not walking down the aisle with my phone looking like this. I got a little haptic feedback on my wrist, swiped it open, it talked about all the different things I could get from purchasing products in store, and then I got rebates for those products. So to me, those little moments that matter and capturing consumers, I think are going to be much more powerful as we move ahead. Right now the scale isn't there, but as you look at, everybody has a mobile device now, and as beacons start to elevate themselves in the marketplace, what we don't want to do is overindulge and overhit consumers with messages all the time.
So we're getting ready for Cannes, coming up soon, couple of weeks. So tell us about what Mindshare is doing, what you guys are up to with wearables, with watches, and
sure. Yeah, this is really exciting. First of all, this is my first Cannes, so I'm really pumped about that, and I'm presenting there, which is really exciting. What we're doing is we're handing out about 35 Apple Watches to people on Monday at Cannes to give them the opportunity to participate in our study, which we're doing. So we're taking biometric data from the participants and seeing what type of activity occurs during the week and what type of insights that we could generate from those specific biometric data that we're able to receive back. So throughout the course of the week, we'll be capturing this data from the people that have opted in to get the Apple Watch. We'll track them. We'll be able to know how many steps the average people are taking, how much sleep people are getting, where from a location standpoint people are hanging out the most. From a presentation standpoint, we could actually see like heart rate and elevation of pulse based on what's being discussed. So there's a whole bunch of great things. So we'll talk a lot about that with our partner Lightwave, who we're working closely with. Lightwave is a biometric company that's able to understand and measure everything in the world around us. So they've created this great technology and this experience that we're going to be able to capture and measure with the people that are using the watch. And then we'll talk all about that on Thursday, and then we'll also give examples to marketers how brands could start to leverage biometrics and wearables and start to message consumers in a really interesting way that helps tell their brand story.
Where is that conversation with marketers and biometric information? Where does that stand, and what do you expect to discuss in Cannes?
So right now where it stands is that everybody's really excited about it, but everybody's saying, what are we going to do with it? So what we wanted to do, and the reason why we formed Life Plus, which is our wearable tech unit, is because we figured it's very important for us to be out in front of the marketplace from a Mindshare perspective and learn and teach our clients as it relates to how to leverage these new platforms that are coming out. It's not going away, it's only going to grow. So what we want to do is understand how are consumers receptive to messages, what type of data can we secure that's all opt-in, and then provide relevant experiences back to them. And then from there, understand from an optimization perspective, what do we need to do for future products and future platforms. You know, for example, right now we have a program going on with the Apple Watch with one of our brands where we have, we partnered with a publication that has a fitness application, and we take our brand and we've co-created this experience where we give people this opportunity to work out with new fitness activities they were typically not doing throughout the course of the day. So it's a little learnings like that which are going to help bring bigger opportunities and insights to brands moving ahead.